on. Just don't provoke me, cause I don't need no cellmates. I'm in a 2-seat, doing drops like a mailman. This ain't no hoopty ass, she riding, she's a hell yeah. No, I won't lose sleep about no pussy, I'm like farewell. Yeah. I'm outside. I know how it feel to see your homie switch sides. I know how to put that Rolls Royce shit in drive. I know how to load a clip and shoot, we gotta ride. You ain't gotta lie to me, baby, no. You know it's a vibe every time we catch him off sides, he won't make it, no. Money on my mind, I can't get it all.
I've been outside, but we're inside TruePod Studios here at Garfield, New Jersey. Here with Jonathan Hernandez, Lorena Bautista Heredia, Michelle, and Miss Jasmine.
Miss Jasmine's going to need an elephant tranquilizer any second because she's about to go down. She's like this, Al. She's like, no, she's good. She's good, man. Let me just stop.
Yeah. All right. So, John, I'll go ahead and let you. I know I didn't mention Jasmine Gonzalez, obviously the last name, Michelle Garcia. All three are aligned with Truthful Taxes in the partnership. And
yes. Don't forget yourself, though. Why you not?
I mean, yourself, I'm the guy behind the Wizard of Oz.
No, but he's a tax partner too, though.
I am a tax
you need your credit.
Yeah, wow. He's here hiding himself. You're a damn fucking tax
I am
partner.
a partnership. So I am too also a partner in the Truthful Taxes partnership.
Yes.
So very excited to have you ladies here. Women in taxes. You know, the business side of things here in America, you know, I started to look into statistics last night. You know, I got excited you guys were coming over. So I said to myself, let me go ahead and see how the financial space is for women. And it was surprising to me that 42% of all businesses owned in the United States are women owned. So, you know, quite a difference.
That's
in
a lot.
Right?
I actually thought, no, don't wild out, ladies, but I thought it was less.
I feel like it's probably gone up a lot in the last 5 years.
I think it has.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 100%. I wouldn't even call it 5, probably even sooner than that.
Yeah. I was going to say 3, but I was like, let me.
No, post-pandemic, I think a lot of women are stepping in and saying it's my time.
I think, I mean, obviously it has to do with it, but the confidence level that women have actually, like, gained over the last probably 5 to 10 years, that causes that big shift. You know, also that whole stigma, like, you know, men know more or men, that shit is out of here. I tell you, the whole office is ran by women.
Men are canceled nowadays.
Hey, yeah. So statistically, 1% of the United States. No, but you know, the whole office, you guys know, is ran by women. And at the same time, 91% of this company is all females.
92 is the number you gave?
Yeah, actually 92. We did the number. 92% of Truthful Taxes is all women. And I think like 99.9 being Latina women to top things off. So you already know I go through headache every day. Oh, shit.
So it's interesting, right? Because you know, a question that probably some of the listeners might have is, how did you get into taxes? What were you doing before you got into taxes in the tax business? I mean, you guys could, you know, start Lorena, Michelle, and then Jasmine, and give your take on exactly how you got into this space and how are you doing now?
So I actually spent almost 10 years in retail.
And wow.
I loved it.
Retail where? Like Gap?
Retail management. I was with Victoria's Secret for most of my career. I did Macy's a little bit. That for almost 10 years. I really started when I was in college working in retail and then kind of moved up and continued to just make sense to stay there. Didn't think that's what I was going to be doing at all. I went to school for hospitality.
You knew you wasn't going to do that, though.
Yeah. But you know what it was? I was training and building teams. So I was like in this little store in the middle of nowhere, Plattsburgh, New York. And they really gave me the opportunity to work with other stores and train other teams and stuff like that. And then I was like, oh, this makes sense. Okay. So that's why I stayed in retail as long as I did. But then,
you know, you got lucky with that though, right?
I did.
You got lucky to gain that much experience at such a young age, or be given that role at such a young age. That's why you are where you are right now. 100%.
No, I absolutely, you know, and that's what I say about retail gets exhausting after a while, but I think if you can survive in retail, you're going to survive anywhere. Like, you play so many roles.
Customer service, that's why. Extreme customer service. And pretty much, customer's always right.
But there are definitely a lot of situations. So you play a lot of, like, conflict resolution and teacher and a psychiatrist and a little bit of everything.
Therapists, when you manage people.
Yes.
Most of the time, it actually is therapy. You gotta keep one side calm, the other side calm, or you gotta cater to one, but not, sort of cater to the other, just to make it work. So when you leave that door, you go, okay.
And you also got to help them become a better version of themselves professionally too.
Good coach. You got to be an amazing coach at the same time. You got to be an amazing coach.
And you got to understand that these people, that's not their career path. So it was a career path for me, but it wasn't a career path for my associates.
Yeah.
So you kind of want them to buy in, but it's, that this isn't what they want to do, right?
Yeah.
Very rare, bro. It's very hard to get somebody to convince somebody and change their whole vision in retrospect to do this. 100%. I've taught probably over 600-700 tax partners already over the last 4 years, and there's 200, right? But I kind of know who's gonna drop from while you're in class, bro. Cassandra knows on our tax partner spreadsheet, I mark them orange while they're in class. And I swear, I give her the number at the end of the year.
I'm guessing none of us were marked orange then.
Yeah.
Yo, Al, cut that out. Yo, Al, cut that out.
Oh, man.
There's definitely an orange one in here. No, but it's because you kind of listen. If your energy's off, that's what you're portraying, bro.
Yeah.
All right. And if you're somebody who wants advice or wants somebody to push you, and you're delivering bad energy, or all right, cool. Like, this is your life. You know what I'm saying? Because not many times are you going to meet a female or male that's going to be behind you and push you and give you an opportunity or give you the blueprint to go ahead and maximize on that specific opportunity. It's very hard. You can have 44 boyfriends, and probably one of them are never going to give you a blueprint, right? They'll give you a nice heart, nice gift, be a great supporter, but blueprint to make money, a real fucking blueprint, it's not going to happen like that. So when it's in front of you, it's kind of hard to make somebody believe that they can be a tax person one day.
Yeah.
A tax person, because first of all, I don't know if it was you or you, one of y'all, when I was on the phone, it was like, do we have to add a sign? No, software does everything for you. This is data entry. And as you know, this is pretty much data entry.
Yeah.
But it's very hard, going back to what you're saying, is to convince somebody to go ahead and take that next step, And it sucks. It sucks, too, because everybody wants the money. Everybody wants the life.
But they don't want the work.
But don't really realize, you see what you ladies are doing right now? Every little second that you're in there is one more piece of the puzzle to become self-employed. So this is why I do so much beyond taxes, because it's literally like compound interest. 3 years from now, you're going to go, yo, I remember I did this podcast and it led to this and this and this. You do not know what this podcast is going to do for you right now. It could be good. It could be nothing. But somebody can hear your podcast a year from now and go, can you be my accountant? Now you have one of the biggest plugs, because it wind up being future of somebody. Now you're like, oh, wow. Yo, TruePod changed my life 3 years later. And then I'm going to go, I love talking shit. So my favorite word is, 2 words. 3 words, actually.
All right. Went from 4. 5.
It's told you so. I always say, told you so. So keep on and keep on and keep on. Going back to what you're saying. We're convincing at least.
And just switching over to Michelle Garcia, how did you get into the tax space? What were you doing before this?
So I'm an accountant, and I've been an accountant for about...
She said that shit with fierce, right?
She was like, yes.
I'm a fucking accountant, forgot to pay me.
About 10 years, actually going on 11. My background is a lot in hedge funds, fund of funds, mutual funds.
She steals money. She steals money.
No. But
No, because when I hear hedge funds, I think about people stealing all the time, man. I'm sorry.
She's like, what are you doing?
No, I was in the audit side, so not that. But so that's what I've been doing.
10 years in the as a CPA.
I'm not a CPA, but I'm an accountant. I was studying for the exam, but I felt that in all my jobs it wasn't required of me, and so I just never.
Right. It wasn't really necessary.
It wasn't necessary, and I found myself working harder than some people who had it, or knowing more than some people that had it. And I was like,
most of the time,
trial by fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But not to downplay it, eventually in the future, if I have the time, I would like to do that.
She's like, let me put some respect on their name real quick.
Camera. I'm throwing you thumbs down.
What do we got?
Nah, just thumbs down because it's like I really know this industry, right? You don't want to, CPA. It sounds fucking sexy. Like, wow, this is a nice name. Like, I'm a certified public accountant. Okay, cool. Tax preparer makes way more than you. Way more than you. Works way less than you. Way less than you. And I do it from wherever the fuck I want. So
that's the goal.
So if I'm gonna make more money than you, work way less than you, I don't care about CPA title. I'm a tax preparer. Matter of fact, tax professional. You want to make it sound cute? Tax professional.
So how has that transition actually been for you? Because I'm pretty sure accounting, you deal with so much bookkeeping and paperwork, obviously, a lot of paperwork. So how's that transition been into taxes? Is it like now you're looking at taxes like, I got this?
So that's the thing. Because when I tell people I'm an accountant, they'll be like, oh, can you do my taxes? I'm like, no, because I never even did my own taxes, right? And so I never seen the side of taxes, but now I'm comfortable with the software, but I'm learning so much, and it's so much I feel like it's so much that I've been learning and so much that I have to learn because the tax world is so complex, but it's also numbers based. So that I really like.
I like to call it situational based.
Situation.
Right?
It is.
It is situational. It's so situational.
We all start up the same general information worksheet, parts 1 through 10. Yeah, if everybody know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then she may have an extra W-2.
Yeah.
But we have same amount of kids, same house. You live down the block, same age. But she has one more W-2 me. And that's it. That's the difference in taxes. So for me, it's situational based. And when you go through so many situations, that's when you start feeling comfortable and you go, I got this. I think she'll be done this year, right? Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
No, it does start all clicking, but it has to, you have to run into the situations first when you start putting them together.
You are also going to notice too, I'm like, damn, she had 6 W-2s. Wow. She got fired at least 4 times. You know what I'm saying? She got fired like 4 times. So you know what? I'm going to collect my payment up front. You know what I'm saying? You think I like to make jokes out of everything, but I'm super serious. Get your payment up front. Now, if you see 40 1099s, that's not a problem. They're self-contracted. But when you see 6 W-2s, you're going. And then you see them for like McDonald's, Wendy's.
Every year they changing.
Yep. But then you're also going to run into the people that do not want to make more than $14,000. So they'll quit at $9,000 or quit at $13,000. Why though? Why?
Go get another
you
job.
guys are new. So matter of fact, you listen to this. Why do they quit at $13,000?
That's standard deduction.
There you go. So what happens is they have a kid or 2 kids. And if they're at 13, 14,000, they have that perfect number to get the highest part of the earned income credit. So they stop right there. And they quit, and then they collect unemployment, and then they get their refund. They're making $45,000 anyway between unemployment plus their refund plus what they made at McDonald's for 6 months. They're good. I had this one lunch lady that did that all the time when I was working at the Board of Ed as an engineer. She will always only do 7 months. Not a lunch lady. You know the
Teacher's Aid?
Teacher's Aid. There you go. Teacher's Aid.
They help in the cafeteria. Yeah.
I will always want to. Well, she's not here. Especially towards the end of the months. And
she had a plan.
No, but she
had a plan.
No, they know how to work it. They know exactly what they need to do.
She was off November, December, and January. Some of the best parts because you're already off in the summer.
Wow.
She had this shit down packed.
It's a tax
Her
plan.
refunds are $14,000 though.
She was tax planning.
She was tax planning. She spent 3 hours that year with a tax planner.
And watch this. She was on Medicaid. She made $13,000. 2 kids. She's getting approved for Medicaid. Plus she got her unemployment. She got this shit. You look at her, you like, I make 50 after taxes, and I'll break my neck. And she got this shit down packed for 47. But going back to that,
Well, let's switch on over to Jasmine. Jasmine Gonzalez, she's here with us today. Jasmine, how did you get into taxes, or rather, what were you doing before the tax business?
I was working in the mortgage industry for the last 3 years. I started off because I was new to the mortgage industry, so I started off kind of in a general sales position, answering questions, getting people like answers on the phone, getting them connected to their loan officer. I transitioned working in client success, so I was handling complaints in the mortgage industry, which is tough because like
you said client success.
Yes.
Client complaints.
Or client complaints. Which one?
it was called client success, but
It was
the
you-
complaint
you-
sugarcoating
you
it.
want, you
gotta
wanted
make
the
it
client to be successful.
basically another version of customer success or customer service.
Yeah.
And
You
that
learn
was
a lot
interesting.
in those positions.
You learn a lot because you get to see everything that goes wrong and learn that way. And, you know, I learned a lot. And, like, you know, buying a home is one of the biggest purchases most people make in their lifetime. So it's a very sensitive topic as well. So people really pop off. And that was really interesting. And then I moved into compliance where I was doing complaint investigation on the back end and kind of like managing.
What, snitching on the whole crew, basically?
No, but I had to determine, like, was it really our fault or was it like the client's fault? And then, like, where's the liability lie? You know, do we have to shell out money or do we stand our ground? Because, you know, all of those goes to the regulatory,
Right.
the regulators. So that's what I've been doing for the last 3 years. And
That's fun. I mean, but that shit must suck. You go home with your boyfriend, you start investigating everything, right?
Top investigator.
What?
it was fun. I really liked it. Liked it.
That's good.
And how has it helped you in any way? Matter of fact, in you transition to tax, have you taken anything from what you were doing 3 years ago now into the tax business? I know that.
Well, yeah, I would say that just, you know, dealing with people when you're talking about their finances, their money, a big purchase, something that is sensitive and important to them, you know, that's a transferable skill in terms of working with clients and their taxes. People need to trust you and know that you're not going to mess up their money or their check, and that, and, you know, if, you know, God forbid something was to happen, navigating those, having the skills to, like, handle the complaint or, you know, and work with them.
The good thing about taxes, though, if we do mess up, we do have a chance to fix, which is, you know, obviously you guys know, amended return. It's not like, you know, we fucked up their credit or something, and that could be detrimental the next day for the next 6 months until probably lost the mortgage in between then. Your tax, all right, if we missed the paper, we can add it, you know? So, you know, going back to that, it's like
Little comparison there of accountability,
yeah,
liability.
Yeah, the liability. And also I have a large errors and omissions policy. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is, but errors and omissions policy is basically, yo, Jasmine fucked up. She got the girl $44,000.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
I got her whole salary.
Right? and look at the IRS released it to her, and then the IRS hit her the next year for the $44,000, and then they levied her bank accounts, you know, and really did her dirty. They're coming after me, so I go, well, you got to come after
Well, it wasn't
Hartford
me.
Insurance.
It was Jasmine.
No, but then it still falls on the company. It's not going to fall on you. So what happens is I have Hartford Insurance there, and I got Allstate. And what they'll do is they'll sue my errors and omissions policy. Each error I can get up to $1 million for. So before you sue me, which is they want to go for that, just like putting in a car claim. Before you actually sue me, I got car insurance. So, you know, you sue me, $44,000. They might raise my shit up $200, but go that way.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, you actually errors and omissions policy. That's something that you want to get for your own practice, even though you're operating under a certain software at some point in time. Once you start growing, you straight up liability. Mm-hmm. Everything you do is a liability. Everything I do is a liability. If I fuck up right now, these people, you guys are fucked. If I shoot somebody's face off right now, even though I'm legally licensed, but I do it illegally, none of your licenses are active. You know that, right?
Protect that, man.
The crickets, the silence.
Oh my
You could hear a pin drop. We were like, hold on. Wait, you didn't tell us this before we messing up.
So check this out. If you see me while I'm on Instagram, you might want to be
reel you back.
Yo, John, chill.
After this, I'm gonna need your address. I'm gonna need your second phone number. I gotta pull up to your house and make sure you're good.
You know what's crazy? Some of my investors, not some, but all of them, they took out a separate life insurance policy on me. In the beginning, the first 2 years, when they first contributed money. Because I said, listen, if something was to happen to me, I want to make sure at least minimum you get your money back for what you contributed. So I said, we're going to put an additional life insurance policy out on me. And, you know.
John got like 10 life insurance policies out on him right now.
Nah, I'm gotta be smart.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want them to feel reassured during the process.
That they're protected.
Then
yeah.
I said, take it off me, because you pay back that motherfucker. You know, like I don't want you to get broke one day, then you want to pop my head off or something. So they had life insurance policies out on me. So which sounds crazy, right?
Sounds like
But you got that what?
Sounds like I got a warrant out on me. Like, I got life insurance policies out on me.
No, but check this out. When you give up a large sum of money to somebody, they're your investment, not the company. So you're looking at them, you're going, yo, John, don't drop too fast, please don't drop too fast. Forget it. So my first vehicle was a motorcycle, right?
Oh man.
And yeah, I mean, I like bikes, right? So that was my thing, right? So 20 years later, I'm like, yo, fuck it. Like, I don't want to buy another car, Let me go buy a motorcycle, this is what I want to do. Fuck it. Oh, my God. Best to show up to my house. Swear to God. He's like,
What
yo,
are you
John,
doing?
why? I was like, it's like, I really like bikes, but chill, I got this. Like, it's not like I'm 18 again. Like, he's always, I know it's not you, but it's the other people. Come on. I'm like,
yeah,
just
people out
trust
here
me.
worried for your life. That's good.
100%.
His money.
So actually, I hear that shit every week. No. So going back to all of that, though, you want to go ahead when your firm grows or your practice grows, and especially when you're dealing with money, people are going to flip right away. Make sure you put out errors and omissions policy. They're very cheap, and it actually goes by how much you make for the year. Now, because it's very rare that people are going to sue you for typing. You understand? So, and there is a process in place before the errors and omissions policy kicks in, which is amended return. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's very rare to ever get sued as a tax preparer. Very fucking rare. Because there is an outlet to fix it. So, it'd be like $400 for the whole year. $400 for me to fuck up. For you to fuck up, $400. So
So now that you ladies are in the tax business, I mean, one question that I asked myself, yesterday when I, found out you guys were coming was like, how many people are, what's the power that you guys hold in the business industry? And I mentioned a fun fact right now. 42% of all U.S. businesses are owned by women. That's about 13 million. Okay.
13 million businesses?
13 million women.
Oh, 13 women.
So, I mean, that's 13 million businesses, right?
Yeah.
Chacho.
It's still 13 million businesses.
This is still 13 million businesses.
That is not true.
No.
That is not true.
Unless they're partners.
Don't get on the number thing with that. It's not true. There could be 6 people who powered up and
100.
created.
All right.
Listen,
Yeah.
according to the
and
census,
created
is a woman's
Sisters
name
of
on it.
Power with Flowers. They could have created Sister with
Sorry, I
Power
thought
with
it was.
Flowers or
All
something.
right.
All right, so check this one out. Women-owned businesses employ over 9.4 million workers here in the United States.
Wow.
So you guys
Wow.
definitely are helping the economy.
Dope.
Us.
Women are 3 percentage points more likely to start a business than men.
I agree with that 100%.
And
you
you
know how
said
many
this-
men?
you said
You know
this
how
too.
many men are in the tax partnership? 2, me and Alex. That's it. No, for real, there's like 8 of us. That's it.
I think that's more than that.
Come on.
No, but handful. Joshua Crespi and Daniel
12.
Brown, the other Josh. I think me, Kenny, and him. Like, there's only like 8, 9 guys. Literally 8, 9. All right, let's call it 10 top. But there's 180 women.
That's awesome.
We lose every single time. Every single time. So yeah, that's got to be 100% correct.
So
Women
what do
support
you,
women.
Yes.
that's what I was going to ask.
yes.
So what do you guys think? Why is that? Why, and especially in the Truthful Taxes partnership, why is it that you think it's a 92%, women in the partnership as to 8% of men? What do you think contributes to that, and how do you guys feel about that?
I don't know. I ain't a woman. I'm not going to answer this. I'm going to tell you.
Are we going in order? I mean, I would say that I think that also in the last several years, it's kind of a trend or a social movement for women to support women. I think that like living in a society that's for decades and for as long as we can remember has kind of been controlled or dominated by men, like governments dominated by men. And, you know, the founding fathers, this country was founded by men. And I
We've
think
just been in the back, but
you
we've
know,
always
like,
been
well, we're the, you know, there's always
Yeah.
a woman to support the men, but, you know, heterosexual.
Yes,
In a
support the men.
heterosexual situation. But I think that, you know, in this new generation, people are really trying to uplift women more, and women are also trying to uplift themselves and each other.
Yes.
And kind of are, you know, as the stats are showing, like, we're getting up there. And I just think that it's something that is really prevalent in our day and age. And I think that's why we're seeing more women opening businesses, more women taking over in the financial industry. We've been the minority for so long, and it's not going to last forever. So it's got to be,
Right.
there's going to be a point in time eventually where things even out, because people are hustling and people are trying to make it happen for themselves.
Well, Lorena, is there anybody that you, you know, not look up to, because that seems like 5-year-oldish, right? But somebody that you aspire to be like, maybe in the business, a woman, obviously. Do you have anybody like that?
Like
you
Cardi B or something.
so off from my person. I actually like her. She's very real, but no.
Yeah.
I love her, guys.
She is.
I
She's
love her.
very,
her
very
You
too.
real.
cannot destroy her image, which you're gonna call her a
And
bitch
she's
or
educated
something.
too. She's just herself.
Like, you
Like
crazy?
she, yeah.
Shit.
But in the industry, I definitely, you know, when I started like geeking out on different people who are in the tax industry and following women especially, because I think that's a big thing. And just, I'm going to answer the question, but to piggyback on that, like, I think women are realizing, or not realizing, we've always known
Embracing.
our power. We're
Coming to-
embracing our power. And I'm actually, one of my things for this years to read more books. So my first book for this year is Why We Should All Be Millionaires.
Share the book.
Sounds good.
So good. Like, it's full of gems. And, you know, in there, she talks about women stepping up and how we create wealth for others. Like, it's not just what we can do for ourselves, but when we get money, we're thinking about who we can help, what jobs I can create, what level I can take my family to. You know, moms are thinking about their kids. I am always excited when I see that women are stepping up and doing something. And that's why I joined the partnership too. I had just been furloughed or laid off. I was furloughed for a month and then laid off. And my best friend, Caroline, was the one who was going to take the course.
Medina or Marte?
Peralta.
Oh,
Yeah.
Michelle Peralta. That's your best friend?
Caroline Peralta. We have two
Oh,
Peraltas.
I'm about to say, yes,
and
yes,
they were
yes,
both
yes.
in the same class.
Gotcha.
But Gato was the one she was following Chris, and she sent me the information. Again, I had just been laid off, and I was like, okay, let's do this. And then I just started following like a bunch of people in the industry, mostly women, because again, I just want, you know, that representation I think matters and is so important to me. So Krista is like my go-to girl. She's an enrolled agent. She does a lot of like coaching for tax
You said
professionals.
Krista?
Yeah.
Who's that?
I wonder if I follow her.
Who?
Krista Tyus, she is an EA. And really at the beginning, that's what, like after we finished class and all the university, I went through every video. She's who I went to, and she became my unofficial mentor because I was just geek out on like
Well,
any
I look up to you,
information.
Lorena.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yo, for real, it doesn't hurt. remove all your pride when it comes to getting some information to better yourself and someone else. The fastest way to make it is to copycat. Why you want to spend time trying to figure out? You're going to spend a lot of money and time. 100%. So I say this all the time. I spent the money, bro. I spent the time. You didn't. Copycat me. Use me correctly. I always say, yeah, you're going to use me. Use me. I want you to use me. But don't use me incorrectly because I'm going to catch it and then we're not going to have a good relationship.
We're all here to be used, just not misused.
Yeah. But, you know.
No, it's that blueprint. Like if it's already there,
Blueprint.
don't,
A
you know,
copycat.
yeah.
A copycat is somebody who follows somebody else's lead, but if you can do it correctly, you provide a blueprint. She got a blueprint. I'm happy where she's at. And the cool thing about this field, bro, there's no stopping. You can never get smaller. You can only get bigger where you can't control it, and that's where you fail. Because then you can't deliver the same customer service and timing that client expects of you because that's what you did the prior 2 years. So what do you got to do? Lorena, can you punch in all my taxes, please, so that me and Marty could close them? Literally, I give it a scoop on the client. Hey, you know, this guy right here, he owns a big podcast. This guy right here is a famous magician. You know,
It's true.
Yeah,
These are real
100%,
clients. These are real scenarios.
Oh my God.
100%. And then I go, all right, after that, just let me know when you're done. Cool. Hey, yeah, so what's up? So this is what your bill looks like. You know, after seeing your mortgage, you're like, oh, damn, wow, this was good. I'm like, yes, thank you, Lorena. Whew, we're good. But that's what you do. You got to go ahead and hire people. And I'm showing you how the blueprint so that you can still deliver the same customer service to those same 600, then 1,000. And at that point, you're full blown, forget it. It's all a nightmare at that point. But you want to get to that point. And that's how, you know, just like she said.
Switching over real quick to Michelle Garcia. You've been in a space for already, excuse me, did I get the name right? Okay. All right.
I think
I don't know.
Gotta make sure.
You said her whole name.
That's what
No, you know why? She gave me the
She
look.
gave
I
me
was
the
like,
look. I saw. She was like,
I froze. Like,
That was the first thing because she was the latest sign up in Truthful Taxes partnership history. Like literally, we started class Saturday. She signed up on Thursday. I'm like, yo, Michelle or Macha? I'm not sure how. She's like, you know how the Dominican mothers are.
That's true.
Yes. Honestly, we're in the
I
same
got
boat
Dominican
because I signed
family. I
up
know how
like 2
it
days
is, man.
before, I think.
Right, it was you too.
Yeah.
That you signed up on a Tuesday. She signed up on a Wednesday. I said, yo, guys, you gotta pay right away because usually,
That's a start.
but usually I dead class way before that, 2 weeks prior. And for some reason, I decided to keep it open, but I only would have taken people who are local where we could drop off the supplies to because we could reprogram it one day. So when I seen that name, I said, I'm not even going to respond. Let me just call them. And that's when she hit me with the, you know, I'm super Dominican. My mom, my mom named me Machel, you know. So just like what happened with you, Al, you're like, how do you pronounce your name, man? Let's get over this.
no, we were at the bowling. That was. I was like, did they mess up the name? And she was like, no, it's Michelle.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, we violated her question.
So Michelle, you said that you've been an accountant for a little over 10 years, right? So you technically have been a woman in the financial space. So my question to you is that how does it compare in those 10 years, your evolution and what you've seen change in women in financial spaces
Great question.
to what it is now?
Yeah. So in my career, when I started my career, it was male dominant, and I feel like to me, financial, it's still a male dominant industry. And coming up in those, in those years that I spent in a male dominant jobs and stuff like that, I would say that to me, I felt very intimidated at times. I felt like I took a seat back because I didn't want to voice my opinion, whether I knew I was right or wrong.
Did you feel that in those working environments?
I did because I feel like when you work with fellow Latinas or fellow women, you feel that support. But for me, I was most of the time the only girl, and the only Latina on a team. So like I mentioned to you, sometimes I would take a sit back. I wouldn't voice myself as much as I wanted to express myself because I felt, oh, these people are judging me. I'm wrong.
Exactly.
And I wasn't.
Kind of second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But my career has evolved since in a way that now I feel I'm more confident. I know, and I feel like confidence grows in the years that you have working and doing what you're doing.
Yes.
So I'm definitely more confident. I voice my opinion a lot and I like it, right? And I feel like that's also one thing that attracted me to the tax business too, that I was going through the Instagram. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of girls. I never seen this before. And they're Spanish.
Do you know specifically when you said like actually caught the partnership? Because what's crazy? The Truthful Taxes page that I was explaining to Jasmine, it's not your traditional tax page, but if you actually sit through it, it's 100% inspirational. And if you follow from the beginning, you actually follow a journey of a tax company growing. Mm-hmm. So was there a specific post or a specific thing that you remember to go, hold on, I want to do this?
Or was it just a combination of multiple accounts?
It was a combination of multiple accounts. I put tax
100%
tax
creep. 100% creep. Multiple accounts. That means you was going. All right, hold on.
It's called market
Hold on.
research.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm the type of person that before I do anything, I like ask 101 questions and I do my research.
Oh, do you? Oh my
Yeah.
God, does she? You had to. Yo, God is my witness. I got her on the phone. I said, all right, she's fast, she's sharp. All right, cool, great. Then 14 questions in, 15 questions, 23, 63 questions in. I said, listen, I'm going to be honest. Just send the payment today. Yo, Al, you know me, bro. I mean well by everything. But for real, my time is so limited. So, I'm like, all right. Listen, I always got next year's class if you want. You ask me one fucking question and you in next year's class. But what happened? I said, yo, send the payment today. She said, okay, I'll give you a thumbs up, I think, if I'm going to do it. All right, cool. And then she hit me with 6 more questions after that. But then I got the payment. So, yeah. So I believe her when she said she asked 101 questions.
I know.
For sure. She even asked questions after the class was done. Once I finished the class, we still had another conversation.
I have more questions for you after this.
Cut the podcast.
That's it.
Cut the podcast.
We're out of here.
Oh man.
Garfield, New Jersey.
No, yeah, sorry.
But I definitely looked up a few accounts, and I really like the process, right? I feel like I've seen an evolution. I saw an evolution on the Instagram, right? Of I guess I would say the amount of people that work on the team, right?
Yeah.
And where you're at now, and like, people sharing their story of why they're doing what they're doing. And to me, that's very inspirational. So that's how I found
Nothing scripted
Truthful
either.
Taxes.
All of that shit is real.
Yeah.
Nothing rehearsed. Like, I'll get Lorraine in here and go, here's a mic, do your thing. And when something's so real, yo, it is the best way. So
Relatable.
Alex could tell you, we've never rehearsed for TruePod. We've never rehearsed. Why? Because this is me asking you information about what you know. You don't need to write that shit down. That shit's in your head already. Mm-hmm. So right now, if you had like a Sabia weave on, right? You know how you put it on? you know what I'm saying? You're going to know to the T how you had it, right? You'll be able to speak on it without a problem. Same thing over here. Like when I'm speaking at TruePod, and we talking finances, and I dropped a couple gems on you.
It's all based off experience.
So with that,
it
makes it so powerful, and this is how we were able to sign a deal on the West Coast, because when they were reviewing our stuff, they're like, you got to understand how podcasts go. A lot of it is scripted, or they're going to talk about something that's in the news today, but they don't really know what's going on. That's their opinion. Mm-hmm. There's no opinions here. This is straight up facts. That's it. This is what it is. This is how you take off a house. And that's when they were like, yo, we want your show. I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. But I made a deal with them where I control everything. I deliver all the content. I control everything. Why? I don't want you to tell me, oh, John, you got to let us know when you're going to have a group of females on the cast. Fuck you. No way. No way. That's why I left corporate. This actually, I was fired from corporate all the time. No, but I got fired. I got fired because of my mouth. That's it. Not because I was disrespectful, but because there's better ways of doing it the way you're doing it. And because you're the exec doesn't mean that you can't listen to the director. Mm-hmm. Or is it just a pride thing?
People feel like sometimes you have to earn your place to voice an opinion. Yeah. When, sometimes some of the best ideas are sitting in that person that you don't want to listen to, or they're just 2 months in on the job, but you don't know what experience they come with. Or
100%. My whole thing is, all right, we work together, right? We got to get a job done. It doesn't go by role. If you were here earlier, you hear, hey, Jay, come over here real quick. She's asking for advice on something, and I give her my answer. I'm not saying you got to do it like that, but just no, bro. Like, she's probably right. A lot of the way this company grew was through literally thousands of different people's opinions and me going, all right, that's going to work. That's going to work. Yo, we got to change this. We got to change that. As a CEO, you actually just got to be a sponge. Take in and then squeeze out what you think is good.
I never heard that one, John.
Yeah, I like that one. Bro. That's a
See,
that was a good one.
No, but going back to like the CEO role, right? I think the most challenging part for me is the happy medium between wanting to be just a genuine friend to them, but at the same time, removing the friendship in order for them to listen to advice without them going, oh, but, or acting too friendish. You know what I'm saying? And that's very hard for me because I'm a person who gains everything through relationship. You sit with me for 2 hours, you're gonna trust me. You sit with me for two or 3 days, and I can pull money from your pocket, 100%. But it's kind of hard when you're the CEO, and you generally want everybody to come into your huge idea, and you've proved it already, right? With hundreds of people. But then there's a friendship involved now because you think we that cool, and then one day I got to turn into CEO role, and then you go, John's changed. I didn't change. It's just I gotta play this role right now.
You got to put on a different hat. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I got to play this role right now. You know, a role that is actually in benefit for you. You know, yeah. If you guys do great, I look better. But what makes me feel better is if you guys do great. 100%. I always say, I mean, Lorena knows. She's been with me a long time. And Al, especially Al, I have a lot of deep conversations with him. Right? 100%. And I want to make sure that you guys are good first. Before I hire you, I go, yo, does this cover this? Yes or no? All right? Because we only need this for right now. Just tell me the truth. And then you'll see we'll start growing one another. Everybody in this office, yo, does the salary cover your rent, your car, your insurance, and do you have money left over to eat? Yes, no, tell me the truth. Not the stuff that you want to buy. Okay?
Fixed expenses only.
Yeah. Not those extras.
The additional opportunities and the hustle, you buy whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
But yes or no? When I actually hired Crespi, right? Crespi, the boy is sharp. He's a sharp cookie. You know? And I've been trying to hire him for 3 years, but I was real with him. I was like, yo, I can afford you, but the budget can't afford you. And I'm just not going to do that. So if you're available at the time that, opportunity presents itself, we good. He called me one day. No, he texted me. He says, yo, bro, call me. I'm like, this is weird. This is weird. He usually just FaceTimes me. And he goes, yo, I'm ready. I'm ready, John. I said, Antonio, you all right? You all right? You never know. You fucking blow his whole head off. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I was in the Zoom meeting and I wasn't there. Everything just went in and out my ear. I'm tired. I don't want to work with this no more. And Crespi makes 6 figures. And somebody like him who's went through college, who manages people, still got sick of a six-figure salary. And that's all because of that general, his CEO or his boss having a dictatorship over him instead of actually trusting a talent like him and going, yo, Crespi, run the ship. Yeah. If you need advice, you come to me and I'm going to give you my best advice. And if it doesn't work, guess what? We'll figure it out.
Happens more than often too, man. You
100%.
get capped. You get capped at certain. You could be climbing up the corporate ladder, and
you never get afraid of someone like that. Like somebody like Lorena, I'm gonna tell you right now. And I don't know you guys yet, right? I don't know you guys yet because I haven't seen you do hundreds of returns. I haven't put you in uncomfortable positions with a lot of clients and other services to go, yo, that's a breaking point. Like, she's really good with data entry, but she cannot talk for nothing to these people. They hate her. Yo, for real, 100%. You could be the best data entry person on earth. I'm like, yo, Michelle is super stink. It's not happening. Jasmine is super quiet. It's not happening. I won't tell you that to your face, but you understand that I'm a limit.
Spreadsheet with the orange.
Yeah, he's gonna go and update it.
It's coming back.
Nah.
Today I found out.
You guys are no good.
I wonder what other colors you got.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You might not be orange, bro. You might go blue, and blue means you're capped.
You're done.
Orange is you're gone, but then green is like, they good. They said, but I don't know you two yet. But
I'm
as
about
for
to hack
Lorena,
into your computer after this.
don't do that. Don't do that. My best friend is my computer. But with going back to Lorena and you two, I don't know you guys yet. I don't know your work ethic yet. You guys look like you have great potential, right? But let's see, because you can have the most amazing potential, right? But don't actually have confidence in yourself.
Work ethic.
You know what I'm saying?
The work ethic.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's somebody like me. I would go ahead and watch stuff like that, and then might not offer you an opportunity in the tax partnership, knowing that I could cover your salary with no problem. So when you see a specific talent, you enrich them. You go, yo, you need to be set free. What does it cost you to be set free? Oh, it's going to cost me this. All right, here you go. Because what he's going to do, or she's going to do, is help your business get bigger while she becomes stronger. 100%. And that's what that's doing for Lorena this year. For a fact. It covers her basics. The hustle covers the extra while she gets to grow her own practice.
You want to know what's crazy? So after retail, and I went into consulting for hotels. The world shut down. Like hotels went away.
Nobody.
And I have just been like self-employed, doing little things here and there, doing taxes. My first 2 years weren't huge years, but they were years of a lot of learning and growing. And I was saying, I was like, I think I'm going to have to go back to work. Like, I'm going to have to do something. Like, you know, I've been living off of savings. That's it. It's time to like add something on. And I was in DR when you called.
I remember that.
But I literally had said, like, after the holidays, you know, I'm going to start looking for something. So it's just, you never know when something's just going to click and happen. Because I was ready to go back into the work field.
I remember I was on my steps when I hired her. I just parked the car. I'm walking up the steps. And then I'm like, yo, let me not forget to call this girl. And I call her. And when she said yes, you don't even understand. I ran up the next flight of steps. I called Crespi. I was like, I got her, motherfucker. I got her. He was like, who? Lorena? I said, yes. He goes, damn, kid. Like, good job, man. Good job. But
no, he was great. I learned so much from him.
When you know you made a great hire, it feels so good. Because I know for a fact, when I don't have to worry about something, it's less relief, less stress, and I can focus that somewhere else. So, yeah, I think you asked me earlier if I do taxes, right? I really don't. Do I know how to still do taxes? Yes. But trust me, I might fuck up your W-2. I ain't gonna lie. Yo. I annihilated this girl's taxes last year. 100% the first one. But it's not that I don't know what I'm doing. It's just I'm rusty. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, when I think she asked me if I still do taxes.
Yeah.
No, because I need to grow the company. Okay? I need to go ahead and be the face. I always I can't remember where I heard this on the internet, right? And when I heard this, I said, yo, that is so true. In order to become that rare 1% and deliver what's needed to grow companies, you have to have the perfect balance between greatness and craziness. 100%. No, for real. Because your ideas got to be crazy to somebody else.
Yeah. It's
But
gotta
you
seem
also
too
you
large for somebody.
You got to also be great at what the fuck you do. But it also has to be real, meaning the product has to be real. So you got great bullshit artists who are crazy. But then when you have somebody, let's call Elon Musk. That boy's crazy. 100%. 100%. Yeah. But he's fucking great at what he does. So what if, and I said this in class to y'all, if Jeff Bezos came to y'all and said, yo, Lorena, Jazz, and Michelle, let's start the first women's Amazon. If y'all say no, sign me up.
No question.
Sign me up. Why? He already proved it.
What's my advance?
Right? But that's the way to go. Why? He has a blueprint. He's going to do Amazon in 6 months. 6 months. He already spent the money to find the best merchant processor, the best domain provider. You get where I'm going? Yo, when you do this on your own, ladies, you better have that saving. That Birkin bag better get sold. Because trust me, there's a good chance it's not going to work anyway. So, use me. Use me. When it comes to you girls, same exact thing. Feed off the blueprint that she's doing. Your support is your blueprint. They're your guidance.
Antonio is definitely mine.
Oh, yeah.
So I need to be on Antonio's level.
So now that you guys are in the tax business and, you're looking forward to, having a successful year, what is it that you guys have in store for yourself as far as goals? Like, what motivated you to become, or what is the motivation behind you being your own business owner, your own boss?
For me, I would say just having time freedom and be able to work from wherever I want. I feel like if the pandemic taught us anything, is just working from home is real. You can get your and you can get your job done anywhere.
Yeah.
And for me, time freedom would be the best thing.
Yeah.
And some of my goals
Same.
for this year would be to gain as much clients as possible.
Yeah.
But to be a sponge, like you mentioned, to just learn as much as possible. Even if I don't get the set number that I want, but at least I'm learning and continue to grow. I think that for me would be one of my goals.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think so? I think there's stages of life, right? 1, 2, and 3, right? 1, you're young. 2, you learn, and then 3, you meet Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Something around it. I think that us in this room, we're in our second part of life, right? Where we know what we want now, right? When you're a kid, you don't know what you want. Now you know what you want. So now that you know what you want, right? What is the most important part of know what you want in that stage? What is the most important part of that you want? And I'll give you an example. Me, I want time. I want to pull back time. So I spend money on buying time back. What that
Buy
means?
that time
Oh,
forward.
there you go. I spend money on buying time back. So if there's something that's going to take me 20 hours a week and I have the money to hire somebody to take up that 20 hours, I got my time back. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm doing with Antonio and Ephraim this year, they're going to start teaching the courses for me when it comes down to teaching and onboarding. Because what do you, when I'm in class, ladies, what do you see all the time? Think about it.
Cam.
There you go, Jasmine. I'm with my kids. I want my time back. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, for me, I want my time back in this second stage of life. What is yours?
I would say, time freedom. I'm not the reason that I say it is because I don't have kids yet. But eventually, when I do, I want to be able to be a stay-at-home mom. I think to me that's very important. So that's why I want to do this. So it's just time and just being able to work from wherever that I can if I want to work.
Yeah.
Right?
If you could be a stay-at-home mom though, and then help with that additional income.
Yeah.
Yo, you know how dope that is that Lorena knows right now she could easily make $700 an hour between her clients and what I send her, close the laptop and pick up her kids and go eat and then go, you know what? I'll handle those other 4 clients once the kids go to sleep.
Amazing.
What? Yo, I've been to Florida God knows how many times with the kids, right? You know what I do? 6 in the morning, bust out 5 or 6 returns, make $2,500. Come on, kids, go Orlando. Yeah, Disney World.
I just
Disney
booked the
World.
flights right now with that $2,500.
For real, 100%, 100%. So that's the dope part, and I hope that you two ladies are gonna do it, right? I hope. I know she's
we
ready.
will.
Yeah.
You will.
Push some,
happening.
push a fucking button.
I feel the energy.
We will.
Push a fucking button. There you go. The reason being, I could promise you this: one day you're gonna wake up after you know that you're fucking good. I'm not talking about financially, but what you've wanted, you achieved it. Meaning the time back, you're able to release your 9 to 5, and you're just gonna go, like, oh my God, wow, this is dope.
Yeah.
This is, you're almost gonna get bored of all the time. And, yo,
That's nice, right?
I won't be in a routine waking up at 5
Yeah.
a.m. because I have to go to the gym before
Correct.
work. So,
Correct.
yeah.
Now,
Traffic. Oh, God.
everything what's so dope is that now you see life in a different perspective because you have to create stuff now, not because it's a routine. And routine is always there. You got to wake up, tie your sneakers, whatever, go to work. You know, or shoes, especially those. Oh shit!
I got no shoelaces.
No, that's that's a lot. So, but once you have that, you can wake up and go, I'm gonna go to the, the cafecito place while I do my taxes. But then in this hour that I'm drinking my cafecito, I'm gonna make what I made in 4 days anyway. But I said just an hour when you close your laptop and then you go to the gym. Yo, it just becomes.
That's definitely the goal, though, for real.
No,
I think.
but no,
I can
look,
definitely
So
look.
just
You owe it to
flexibility.
yourselves to do that. You owe it to yourselves to do that.
That's like luxury in a way. It's like
Luxury.
your time.
I like that, though.
Luxury. That's like
It's more than
convenience
luxury.
and time. I think is like the epitome of luxury because
That's the Birkin.
That's the
It is. Yeah.
That's the Birkin.
Well,
Once you get
for
that
real.
time.
Well, now listening to you guys and like, the facts and statistics that I had looked up last night, you guys fall within the same reasoning that the statistics picked up, which is the top 3 motivations for women starting in their own businesses are pursuing their passion, gaining financial independence, and increasing their flexibility, which you guys exactly are talking about.
Yeah, everything I said, word of that, increasing your flexibility. You see what I'm saying?
That's what he said.
Yeah. All the Capacito thing, equal that.
So,
you know?
Jasmine, what are some of your tax goals for this year? I know that, acquiring a nice list of clients is always good, but anything else that you might want, to learn more or maybe garner something from this year?
Well, definitely, I think I can piggyback off what Michelle was saying in terms of being a sponge and trying to, it being my first year as a tax partner, like I don't plan on missing a refresher course. I want to learn everything. I want to come to the office and like gain knowledge for the people who've been doing this for a few years. And I'm the kind of person who likes to learn from people. Like I typically, like, I feel like I learn best in person and not like reading articles or listening to someone talk on YouTube. And I want to be in the scene, in the mix. That's definitely one goal, is just to be around people who are doing what they need to do and who are successful in the industry. But I think another goal of mine would be to retain every single client that I do get this year into next year.
Oh, that's easy.
Nice.
Your customer service,
Yeah, that's easy. That's easy. The one thing I'll say for you 3, right? And I think Lorena knows me long enough not to take it offensive, right?
Brace yourself. She said, hold on.
That's it.
What you ladies are going to do, you don't worry about your clients. Because right now you're investing in yourself, right? And the best investment you can do in yourself is by learning, right? Because you become better, you become that person. I'm going to say this very professionally and rude. During your first year, you attempt to get clients, but you shut the fuck up and listen. That's it. Because you have 200 people. One of those motherfuckers know the answer.
Man, let me just cut in real quick, John. The Telegram support now.
It should be going off.
Yeah,
Look, and I haven't been around for a long time, but I've watched both of them. And the Telegram one is freaking amazing, man. I mean, I've
type in.
I've had a question, and you guys
dare you
answer
type
it.
in. Where do I find Schedule C? I bet you go bling 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 bling.
Yeah, it's just been. And the
Do you
support-
know how much people kill for information like this?
right.
That's the beauty
No,
of
it's
this
just
We're all
wild.
helping each
partnership.
other.
Like,
gold.
Yeah.
and that's one of the things that I have appreciated the most about this partnership and program that we have here is you're never alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you start, nothing. I knew nothing about
Doesn't
taxes.
that feel so
I
bad?
never
Like
filed
when you feel alone, you're like you don't know what to do, and
You don't.
Yeah.
But a lot of these other, and this is not, to downplay any other program out there or anything like that, but you do
Downplay
a course.
them. I dare you. I'll sell you right now.
Not my style,
Yo
John.
mando chavo ahora.
But,
Mi sell trabajo ahora.
you do these courses, you get licensed, and then you're thrown out there alone.
Yeah.
swim.
You don't know what you're doing. And here you have someone that's always going to be there for you, like will support you. And if your direct support is not there, it's like John said, you have all these other people that want you to grow.
They want you to win.
Like, yes, we're all tax professionals. You're in competition with me because one client can go to you versus
Right.
me. But I want
But it
you to
doesn't
win.
even feel that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't even feel that way. I remember when I was, joining, I thought like, wow, there's so many of us. Like,
Guys,
I'm
not
sure
to cut you off, but this is dope, right? And we're gonna jump right back. Just got a text from this like super famous like design artist, right? He's my client. He goes, "Bro, I'm in the hospital and you appear." It's a tax partner who works in the hospital who has
Truthful
the
Taxes
company
on.
logo on.
I love it.
I was like, yeah, let's do it.
that's fine.
Now go ahead.
That's
Sorry.
fire.
What was I saying? No, really, what was I saying?
You're never alone. You're never
Okay,
alone.
yeah.
You
Never
have
alone.
support
And
here.
that's definitely something that attracted me to the partnership because, like I said, I like to learn from people, and I ask a lot of questions as well, Michelle. And I like to ask that to a person, not like a robot chat or anything like that. And I thought like the community was so great. John knows. I told him that I took a different tax course before Truthful Taxes. It was
Snap.
it was a couple months long because it was like twice a week, a total of like 6 hours a week.
What company was it?
John.
It's an NDA.
And I can tell you in the 2 months that I was taking those courses, I didn't learn how to do taxes. No. I learned tax
Is that
law.
not scary though, bro? That she was about to do taxes and take on the tax world that walked into the office?
From a reputable company that a lot of people, at least in New York, I would say a lot of people have heard of. And
I'll send you 500.
You want me to say it?
Yeah, you're not gonna get in trouble. I dare you.
Yeah,
I took a class at Liberty Tax, and I'm not gonna say I didn't learn anything because I learned like qualifying tests and who's eligible for what. But I didn't learn how to do taxes. And I was on the last day that, they finally tried to have us use a software, which I didn't even think was very straightforward. It was like super confusing. And I didn't really learn how to use the software.
Wow.
One day with software.
Day?
One day was the last day too.
Jeez.
We had software from the very beginning. It's like, okay.
I was like, all right.
Pull
Here's
out
your
pen.
passwords and let's
This
go to
is
the
the
software.
save button. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
wow.
And then, day
That's
one.
gotta feel scary.
Day one with Truthful Taxes, John's like, all right, open. Like, obviously we're on Zoom on the work computer. Yeah. He's like, all right, everybody open your software, log in, and let's get to it. And I'm like, okay, so I'm learning how to do taxes. Like, that's all we did. And
yo, tax law is always gonna change.
Yeah.
How to enter taxes ain't. So you know what? I'll teach you how to enter taxes.
I got caught up in the same thing.
You study with all the law stuff.
I'm in there, 6,000 pages in the tax code, by the way. Who's gonna have the time to read all that? You know what I mean? And
I felt so unprepared.
Well, that's the other beauty of it is no one's gonna have all the time to read all 6,000. Yeah, I like to learn.
Me too. That's why
6,000 pages.
6,000 pages. That's a lifetime.
But time out. She is actually an IRS enrolled agent, correct?
I'm not an enrolled agent, but we are going to get there.
She's almost there.
Okay.
I am a part of the 2023 annual filing season program. Okay. So,
wow.
So she's gonna be a snitch for the IRS.
No, I'm gonna solve all your problems that you have with the IRS, and I'm gonna charge you a lot of money for it.
Actually, no. Check this out, guys. If she becomes an IRS enrolled agent,
our contact.
Well, so check this out. Let's say you have a client that owes $50,000 to the IRS for $90,000, right? What they're gonna have to see if they went to her, she can do what's called tax mitigation, and what happens is she can collect up to 10% of the total bill. What is it?
$9,000.
So I can do representation too. So it would be your unofficial lawyer against the IRS.
Correct.
And that's what I'm excited.
That's
So
cool.
look, so with the company I was going to close the deal with in California, they only had IRS enrolled agents, and they were legally allowed to collect up to 10% of the total IRS bill. So if you had worked, let's say you were the tax criminal, and you went to her and you owed $100,000, she can make $10,000 off that. So that company didn't do taxes; they only focused on tax mitigation. So they wanted to partner with us because they were huge. So they needed a huge tax company to do all their taxes in-house so that they don't have to wait 6 months until the client gets their taxes done. They can hurry up and file them, get them ready, and collect all their money right away instead of collecting it over a 1.5 year period. Because, drop it. So once we met, he seen how sharp we were. He said, yo, time out. Truthful Taxes has a gang of young tax professionals. And we need at least 50 or 60 of them to punch in thousands of returns. They're getting paid like $100,000. They don't take no case unless it's $100,000 because they need to be worthwhile. So I said, yeah, we could do that. we could do literally 2,000 returns a day without a problem. They go, all right, they threw some samples. We killed that shit literally in an hour and a half. It took them 6 months to do that because they have to wait for the client to file their taxes because they didn't do taxes in-house. And bang, that's how I met this lovely, beautiful gentleman. Yeah.
It's a blessing, man.
But yeah, that's one of the perks with her role, So, you fuck up, she's the person to see. But that's good, man.
All right, so it looks like talked about all our topics today, man. I'm really happy to have you ladies here. I hope this is not just a one time, Maybe
we'll be back.
More. Obviously, we want to thank our listeners for tuning in.
Yep.
If you guys want to go ahead and maybe give out your Instagrams right now, you can go ahead. Michelle Garcia, you could give your Instagram now.
Wow.
She said, hold on.
Think about it. All right. So it's _MMARIEEG.
Okay. And Lorena Bautista Heredia.
So I am LBH Services. LBH Services. Pretty simple, but you can find me there.
Okay. And Jasmine?
At Jazz the Tax Pro. JAS.
Ow.
Tax Pro.
I like it.
All right. And you guys know the main man himself, Jonathan Hernandez. This is TruePod.
Truthful_taxes. On a last note, I want to bring something up to inspire you ladies, right? One of the biggest reasons I hire her is because I found out about her story. And she was already in the program. I didn't know about the story. And when I found out, I said, oh, shit. Like, this is a beautiful person. This is a beautiful person. So when I found out that she had adopted, how many? 3?
That's
3
amazing.
kids. She adopted 3 kids
That's nice.
and became a full-blown, full-time mother.
You're like, she's a good person. You're a good ass person.
Yo, and then seeing the way she is as a professional and a person, I said, that's a beautiful person right there. I need her on my team. And then once Crestme started raving about her work ethic, I said, yo, bro, you better hurry up and take her, bro. And that's why, like, she means a lot to me because I've watched her. So believe it or not, I'll tell you like this, especially with that aspect, yo, you inspire me, bro. Because I know how hard it is to raise kids. And if they're not your kids, I hate other people's kids. I'm not even joking. Yo, for you to take on 3 kids that have really, they're not your responsibility. And that's a part of your life for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. Yo, God, those kids are lucky, number 1. But 2, congratulations. Yo. Good stuff.
Clap it up for Lorena.
All right. This was TruePod here in Garfield, New Jersey. We're out of here, guys. Have a good night, good day. We're out of here.
Just don't provoke me, cause I don't need no cellmates. I'm in a 2-seat, doing drops like a mailman. This ain't no hoopty ass, she riding, she's a hell yeah. No, I won't lose sleep about no pussy, I'm like farewell. Yeah. I'm outside. I know how it feel to see your homie switch sides. I know how to put that Rolls Royce shit in drive. I know how to load a clip and shoot, we gotta ride. You ain't gotta lie to me, baby, no. You know it's a vibe every time we catch him off sides, he won't make it, no. Money on my mind, I can't get it all. I've been outside.